What's going on, beautiful people of the internet? My name is Kylie and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday, March 3rd. Yesterday, I discussed and ranked all of my hydroponic systems behind me. I choose to grow in systems as well as DWC. So that's deep water culture. I actually have two different setups. So I purchased some buckets from Mars Hydro. That was actually my first DWC setup. And then I wanted to DIY it. So I have another setup where it's just strictly everything that I've purchased myself. Now, I wanted to do a cost breakdown of either setups just so you guys can get a good idea of maybe you want to buy the Mars Hydro versus not DIYing. I don't see why you would want to do that after hearing my cost breakdown, but I still highly recommend Mars Hydro. They're a great company. I do have a light from them, and it's amazing light. So I still highly recommend Mars Hydro. But if you were trying to look at the cost aspect, it is more cost effective to DIY it. And I'll tell you more about my DIY setup after I give you guys the Mars Hydro breakdown. When I purchased this, and I purchased this through Amazon, the subtotal for 2 buckets and an air pump was $99. Oh, I had a $15 coupon apparently. I didn't pay shipping and handling, that's cool. And estimated tax was $7.12, giving me a grand total of $92.11. So this includes the buckets and the pump and nothing else. So I won't be talking about the lighting today. This is strictly only the buckets and the pump setup. So my DIY setup, I actually got 3 buckets for the price of $19.99 from Amazon. So I ordered that on September 24th, 2025. The shipping and handling was $15, giving me a grand total of $37.92. Now that's for 3 buckets. And then I also had to buy net pots, or the lids for those buckets. And so I decided to go with a 6-inch net pot. Obviously there's different options. You can go with whatever you want. But I paid $21.99, giving me a grand total of $23.83. Now, these were separate transactions. So had I had this in one transaction, obviously the price would have been a lot less. I also purchased an air pump separately. So this was also on another day. The air pump was $25.68, giving me a grand total of $27.83 for the entire setup. Now, remember, the Mars Hydro setup in total was $92.11, giving it a cost breakdown of about $46 per bucket, whereas my setup total was $89.58 with 3 buckets. So that's approximately $29.86 per bucket. If you really just wanted to do it yourself, you're going to be getting obviously a lot more for your dollar. Also, the reason why I do prefer my DIY setup is due to the fact that cleanup is a lot easier. So with the Mars Hydro setup, the lid and the pumping system is all in one. So it's very difficult to actually clean out the bucket. The lid is actually attached to it, whereas my DIY setup, it's so much easier for me to just simply remove the lid and then I can just move the bucket freely because it's not actually attached to the pump system. I prefer my DIY setup, and I think in the future I'm strictly going to do DIY. For one, the cost, and also the functionality of it all. Obviously, Mars Hydro, great brand. They've been around for a while, but there are pros and cons to that system, and I haven't had any issues so far with my current DIY system. Take that with a grain of salt. I just wanted to kind of give you guys that, and just always know that DIY is an option. I love doing things myself. I love figuring things out myself, and I just love trials and errors, and sometimes you just have to figure it out. Sometimes things won't necessarily work out. Like, for instance, the first time I tried hydroponics, I used a styrofoam cooler for some reason and completely forgot that styrofoam cooler sweat and had a little puddle on my floors. Trial and errors are always great. Hopefully this video helped you out in somewhat, and I'll be seeing you until next time.